All right. I was going to be caught up. Then 2 more payments came in. Anonymous writes, for a first-time author, what is a reasonable expectation for sales volume? I've almost completed my first book. It's business advice for an industry I've worked in for 12 years. I plan to market by sending copies to business owners, industry leaders I've met. If it provides some value to them or managers they employ, maybe it'll gain some traction. I'm financially independent. Previous advice you've given helped me get there. Oh, good. All right. So I'm not pressured to sell. So I'm just trying to create a framework for setting targets or know if that's even possible. Any general thoughts on that would be interesting. Thanks. So I said, do you have any internet presence or do you host a podcast or YouTube channel on the industry? No, I don't have a blog or social media presence. I don't intend to, honestly. I'm going to move into fiction. I had to get that book out of my system since most business content for the industry is horrendous. Okay. And the industry, which I don't want to pigeonhole you or anything like that, I think it's relatively fraudulent. Not the science behind it, but the people that go into it. You know, this would be like you writing a book for teachers. Like, oh, unless it's like, oh my God, we're amazing and brave and we're the future and we deserve $800,000 a year. From what I've seen, people who go into that profession, particularly the gals that I dated, I'm like, there's something wrong. I could be wrong. You say, oh, no. Or maybe you know what I'm talking about. Well, here's the deal. You're going to, if you go and you do some standard hustle, maybe you'll sell 500 books in a year. Okay. If you're willing to spend some money on some targeted advertising, like you get the trade publication, you find people who do have blogs or podcasts and can talk about it, and you send them a copy of the book and you say, hey, like for me, I'm more than willing to pay people to do a review of my book. And I want an honest review. I'm paying them for their time, not their opinion. All these people are like, I don't know, a paid review. I'm like, but you can write whatever you want. I just want some reviews, and I know it takes time. So if you could get some people who are prominent within that to do the review of the book, if you could buy some advertising in some trade publications or, online, preferably. I wouldn't go paperback. I mean, I wouldn't do anything in physical format. I'd be real reluctant to give it to managers. Why would you give it to managers? Then they can give it to their employees. I'd only give it to people who are like, they can send it to other people that would use it or to tell them about it. That's about the only thing I would do. But then aside from that, yeah, you're going to have your best year the first year. And depending on how much money you want to spend, you could get, 5,000 sales. If you're willing to spend the money on Rush Limbaugh, I'm sure you could get 30,000 sales. But the money, the advertising cost is probably going to eat away at all your profit. I mean, I spend a fair amount on advertising, to be honest. I think my advertising budget is like a quarter of what I take in on book sales. So it's a series and a monthly, and be like, okay, it took a while for me to feel, okay, I got to advertise with Terrence Popp. I got to advertise with Better Bachelor. These people will get back to me. These people won't get back to me. These people, I don't know what they're doing. These people I paid and they went away. These people I didn't pay and they wanted to review my book for free. So your network's going to be very important, but yeah, maybe 500. Do you have a hot chick with a big, it's so sad, but do you have a hot chick with a big set of cans that can advertise your book? Do you have any any other assets that you could use to leverage this into getting some free marketing? Because otherwise, yeah, you're going to have an easier time selling fiction than this one. But yeah, I don't know. If you're financially well off, you got time. So you can spend all the time in the world to like contact different people. Like I got a to-do list. I got to go contact a bunch of bloggers, if you remember those people. But there's a great place to spend some money if you find the right bloggers. And just send out an email like, oh yeah, sure, $20. Okay, fine, here you go. But I have not had any luck with, and at the same token, don't be blowing tons of money like on Facebook or Google Words or anything like that. I have not had any success with that, none. But yeah, that's what you can expect. About the only other way, and it's perfectly honest, I spend at least as much time fucking around with digital marketing and podcasting and blogging and writing for every book I do. And the reason why is that's also the marketing. Now, of course, people tune in and they sponsor things and they buy things and all that. But that's also my main marketing, is I'll write a great blog piece. And, the topics I write about on my blog also somehow also touch on things I've written about. So it's not that hard to link to a book. And I'll always put a link to one of my books down below. So you probably have to get a blog presence. But if you're going to switch to fiction and you're going to abandon the professional publication, well, then don't even bother putting together an industry specialty blog. I'd go do fiction. That's about it. All right. Is that all? Nonstop Dre. What is that, Dre? That's not Chinese, is it? What is that? Looks a little southern. And for another $2, he writes the thing for DJ Aftershock. Oh, DJ, what do you know this? What are you guys on the same team? All right. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.